welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes are looking sane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Alrighty, here we go. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Welcome to your Wednesday here. Of course, we spent a lot of the regular show talking about the passing of Dolly Parton and a life well lived. Really amazing. She did what she did in her 80 years, and she's definitely going to be missed. It's one of those people you just never think you're going to have a world without Dolly in it, right?
Yes.
Those things are really kind of weird as, you get older and people you grew up with that just you thought always are going to be there in your life to be like, wow, there's just... From here on out, we'll not have any more Dolly Parton.
That's what I thought about when John Ritter passed away. When I was a little kid, I loved the show Three's Company, and I always thought he was funny with his physical comedy. And I'd always go, man, we got John Ritter. Everything's going to be fine. And then when he died, you're like, dang, we ain't got John Ritter.
It's tough.
Yeah, it is.
No, it definitely is. So I think that's it. And, to me, the biggest loss of Dolly is she was just one of those people that was truly doing it right. And unfortunately, I just see so many people that are in the spotlight are just doing it wrong. And you're like, who replaces Dolly Parton? For that one person that truly is exemplifying, to me, I think it was her. A lot of it had to do, she was just a sweet, kind-hearted person, but I think a lot of it had to do with her, religious upbringing and, her love of Jesus. And she grew up in an area where I know because my family's from around that area. My great-grandfather, he was a Southern Baptist minister in Bowles Gap, not too far away. And that's the way a lot of those people were, just really kind-hearted, loving people. They're not about judging people. They're just about loving on them and trying to do things for them. And, the comments I was even reading today coming up is how many people were talking about all the money that Dolly made, but she was just quietly, silently just funneling that off, doing good things to other people. She just really didn't keep a lot. She grew up in a one-room house with, 13 at least other siblings. I think she was the fourth oldest. And families back then did it. My grandma, she grew up in a family of 11 or 12.
Wow.
And our family reunion was big. So those families in that part of the world at that time, they were very poor, but they were loving people and they had big families. And so I really kind of related to her on that. And so it just, who's the person that's going to stand up and really exemplify that and just live that kind of life where you just are truly loving on other people. You're not about judging them or making anybody feel bad. We need more Dollys in this world. We really do, because we just don't have enough, and there's just too much ugliness. So I'm hoping somebody looks at her life and models theirs after what she did and try to inspire themselves. Did see, too, that just with everything tying together, I thought I'd heard this morning. They're always taking a look, see what's happening in the tropics, see what's going on. And they're going, and this could become Tropical Storm Dolly. I was like, what Dolly?
The next name hurricane is Dolly.
I was like, wait,
Weird.
what? I'm like, did they just, they come out with the names way ahead of time.
Way ahead of time.
So I was like, what? Just, when you look at little things in life and whatever happens, there are just so many odd little things that sometimes it's like, call maybe a God wink or whatever. We talked about this before where it's just one of those things where, like, who would have known? And did Dolly, when she saw that, did she like, oh my goodness,
I got to check out before this thing does any damage.
Right.
I don't want to be tainted
Tarnish
with
my good name.
hurricane.
Yeah, I'd be kind of like, I don't want that to be named after me, please.
Yeah. So we do get a name Storm Dolly. I hope it's peaceful and lovely, and I hope the rain only grows flowers. I don't know, and brings rainbows. I don't know
It
what
would
that'll
be
like.
weird if Hurricane Dolly did anything negative.
It's a category love. That's the name.
In fact, I think we need to call to say if it looks like it's going to be a nasty. You
Change
can't,
the name.
You have to strip the name off of it. What are we doing?
Do not call that thing Dolly.
No, we can't do that to her, right?
I agree.
Yeah. Just how things go. Well, other emails that we got here today, we're talking a bit about the sleep routines of people. Yeah, Howie Mandel, boy, he's been out there a good bit.
He's
last week.
Last week, no.
He's doing a lot of podcasts.
Howie's been at it for a minute. He started his podcast with his daughter, and he's been saying a lot of shit for a minute now.
I heard somebody else on a podcast say that whole thing with his daughter was fake. It was scripted and they planned it ahead of time to create drama. And his wife knew he was going to say he was getting hand jobs.
They say there is a reputation of Howie creating material that's
that he
not,
did it on purpose.
Yes, manufactured.
And his whole family knew, including the daughter, was in on it ahead of time that's how it was going to go down.
But here's the thing, at what expense?
Yeah.
At what expense? I mean, if that was that way, because I got to tell you, this week I like Howie Mandel less than I liked him last week. That was not a favorable thing. In the comments that I read, nobody liked it. People were like, this guy's a real jerk.
He's been annoying me for a minute.
Well, I'm just catching up to the party, but I can fully see it on full display, and I would never listen to that podcast, and it makes me want less of Howie Mandel, which I think a lot of people felt that way from the comments I was reading. So if that's your strategy, I don't know. It's weird. I think sometimes people are like, man, as long as people are talking about this is all great. And
any press is good press.
And maybe some people win that way. I don't know.
Never believed in that statement.
Maybe some people win that way by just having people hate them and I don't know.
Look at the numbers, and that will tell you right there, did it work or not? How many people were listening to his podcast 3 weeks ago, and then how many people listened to his podcast after he called his daughter a bitch?
The other thing, too, is his show gets clipped a lot from other YouTubers. So what they'll do is they'll take a 45-second clip to a minute, and then they'll turn that into a 30-minute YouTube video on their own, showing his little clip right there, and then pausing and stopping, and those are so popular right now.
To me, this is really just the difference of a Dolly Parton and a Howie Mandel, and the strategy that people are trying to be as nasty as they possibly can, that people will hate them and hate on them to get clicks, thinking that'll turn into money. But at the end of it all, how much are we going to mourn Howie Mandel when he dies? He ain't going to get as much love as he did on KVJ, as Dolly did today.
People who loved Bobby's World, they're going to be sad.
Nobody remembers Bobby's World.
That's not true.
That was a long time ago, man.
I know it was.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's kind of it. But that's the strategy. And so many other people are embracing that, saying, yeah, my goal is to go out and be a complete a-hole. And that's how I'm going to get clicks and shares. I mean, look at the kid that was arrested that was tormenting people in Philadelphia. That's really the MO. It's like, how big of a jerk can we be? Can we get somebody to try to punch me or get into a fight? And everybody's going to talk about it. But that's just it. That's the media. And that just makes you wonder. It's like, as Dolly drifts off, this is what we have rolling in. And where is anybody else who's doing stuff that makes you feel good and not just feel nasty? And I think that's why some of those shows like Ted Lasso do well, because there are people out there that still want, some entertainment that is not full of just a-holes trying to get clicks and shares by victimizing somebody else.
It's why I'll watch like those food truck races, because you know what you're kind of getting yourself into. It's pretty mindless, lighthearted stuff, because there is a lot of just negative content out there. And it does well.
It's hate engagement.
The divisiveness of any subject does well, because everyone's, well, fuck you, no, fuck you, share, like, fuck off.
Yeah. I can't get that stuff anytime anymore. It's just, I see it, I'm like,
It's tiring.
I'm tired of it. Like, I can't. I just really can't. I don't care if you're fighting. Who cares? I don't care about you anyway. I don't even know your names. Why do I care if you're fighting? It's like, but clearly it works with some people. I hate to see it. And I hope that somebody does step up and continues to do good things. Now, the whole thing that Howie was talking about is, I guess, during COVID, he got into doing the gummies, and he was just saying he was having a hard time. His wife was trying to wake him up and couldn't. I don't know if it was a combo of gummies and hand jobs or what was knocking him out for so long.
He said he was eating gummies. Then he said he also, on top of that, was smoking a lot of weed, and he was also drinking alcohol. That's what I thought he said.
That'll do it.
That will absolutely put you in a dark place, possibly.
Yeah. So, it will be interesting, because it is a weird thing. They're demonizing it. I don't fully understand, so I'm going to give you a really broken bunk version of why they're taking the weed beverages off of the market in mid-November. It has something to do with a loophole with hemp, and they were deriving so much hemp out of it that you'll still be able to get it, but somebody made the comment, you'd have to drink 30 of those nowadays to get the same power you get out of one can, and ain't nobody gonna do that.
Damn.
You know, people are drinking it for the effect.
Everyone's trying to find a way to get through that loophole to make it as strong as they can without getting busted for it going too high up and, you know, how powerful it is.
The only hope that I've heard for it is they said it's become a plus $1 billion industry. And in America, when you want to shut down a $1 billion+ industry, sometimes you get some pushback. And unfortunately, that's what drives our politics is money. And when you've got money behind it, which clearly they have, if they're making it from the sales, they'll find a couple politicians to get in their pocket to be like, hey, you got to vote this down. You got to extend this. You know, our president's even talked about trying to deregulate the federal still. They've banned hemp. And so kind of change that on the national level. And that also, too, would help the testing. Because as more people are doing this, you know, I even had a study today, but people brought up the point that there's still restrictions on how you can test. And that's a big part of why they want the deregulation to happen when it comes to marijuana in America. So we can start actually running tests on it to find out, okay, what is it like? But I can only tell you from personal experience, when you're talking about substances, THC versus alcohol, one makes me a rowdy demon that I don't like, and the other one makes me a calm, mellow dude that just wants to go to bed. And so, you know, I mean,
there is a difference of feel.
Why are we taking out the one that seems to make people more peaceful and be like, oh, we need to up the sales of the one that turns people into demons and wrecks families and it causes auto accidents?
It makes some people think that there's money. It's all about
it's
money.
definitely is.
It's definitely about money.
And that's what I'm saying. That's my only hope for, you know, this industry is that maybe it's gotten big enough that, you know, they'll get the money behind it to fight it and finally something will happen. So not to say our president likes money, but I think he likes money.
I think everybody in government likes money.
They do. It's true.
Money and power, baby.
So if that does go away, one person said, Kev, my sleep routine, I take ashwagandha. I've heard that before, but I can't say it clearly. When I get home from work, and then an hour before bed, I take valerian root and a melatonin. It eases my anxiety and stress and lets my brain slow down and relax. And that's ultimately what I want. I think I've heard some conflicting things about the melatonin, so I'd have to look a little bit more into that. The other two, I don't know.
People have always recommended it to me. I've taken it on several different occasions, and I might as well have been just drinking Kool-Aid. It did nothing to me.
Yeah, they got a plan with two other things that maybe assist it, but yeah. That's it. And it also sounds too like it'd be more expensive, doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I never bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so.
she sleeps like an angel. It's quite annoying.
It is unreal. And she defies all odds too. How much alcohol she drinks. They talk about that. Like if I have more than 2 cocktails, like I'm gonna wreck my night of sleep. Virginia will have like 20, and then I just and wake up completely refreshed. I'm like, just like, how do you defy physiology? I don't even know how this is happening.
I'm from New Orleans, bruh.
You're right. It's gotta be serious. I'm like Kevin.
It's not human.
I have started to really respect the bottle, and if I think it's gonna fuck my sleep up, I'm like, I'm not even looking at a drink. You said you had what, 8 champagnes?
That was just on the boat.
And then you kept drinking, and then you went to sleep, and then you had energy. I was like, what is happening?
Right.
I went to the boat, then to the Moose, and I wanted to go to a third party, but Panda shut it down.
He thank God.
Mm-hmm.
Rocco wasn't feeling well, and Panda's like, I can't leave Rocco to take you to a party. And I was like, yeah, you're right.
So Rocco gets the hangover and you don't?
How is that, huh? Just doesn't seem right. Well, Lucas has a question. Does Virginia and Jaber wear their sunglasses indoors because they're stoned or hungover?
No. I if you want to go first, I can explain mine.
Well, these aren't sunglasses. These are readers. And so if I wear these, it's because I'm just trying to read. And they're just tinted slightly yellow because I thought it looked cool.
Oh, it does, Virginia. So cool.
Yeah, sometimes if I don't sleep, sometimes these lights give me really bad sensory issues and I can't really see Kevin. So when I put them on, I can kind of see what's going on, and they're not as intense for my eyes.
It's bright light, gremlin.
This studio, and I'm not knocking the studio. It's a me problem. It's just a lot brighter than our old studio, and I didn't realize there's going to be an issue for me, but it is. Sometimes I need them on because it's like, whoa, it's very overstimulating.
Yeah, it does happen. You know, that was the one thing when I got my LASIK procedure. I loved it, and I see better with it, but it made my eyes sensitive to light, and so there are times where I have to have sunglasses. If I go outside and the lights are like, I have to squint to such a level where the headache that I get is so intense. Like I can't even really see. And it's not like my eyes adjust. They just are always he massively squinted, and then people are like, "You're so stoned." I'm like, oh, I can't see. So yeah, to me, I have to have sunglasses.
It automatically looks like you're stoned, and then we were talking about weed, but to be stoned on the air would give me a panic attack. I would not like that.
Right.
It's the opposite vibe that this requires.
I'm more of a, if I'm going to do, I kind of like being in my own little hub. If not, it doesn't, it's too intense. I don't know.
Yeah. Now we got Matthew. He said, I caught the ATS late today, but Bird is exhibiting PTSD symptoms from his car accident. He was talking about having the yips trying to drive. And he said, I've been in combat in a couple of car accidents, and he definitely has some PTSD. I'm not a doctor, but sometimes just confronting the fear is the way to go, but maybe also talk to a therapist.
You know what? Somebody who is a retired therapist in KVJ Nation, I got a lot of feedback on this, which I really appreciate. And I kind of started feeling a lot better. It started with Virginia talking yesterday. I was when I got back in the car, because I really did almost die in the car. And I think what happened was the first week or two, I didn't really mentally process that. And then after a week or two, I did, and it started to kind of freak me out. And I was kind of like embarrassed to talk about, well, I'm afraid to drive. Oh, I'm scared. But like the first time I tried to get back in a car, of course, just this cat darts right out in front of my car. And I hit the brake. I'm like, oh, this shit. So I was all clanked just from that one cat. But the person that did reach out to me, that did help me, first of all, anytime you feel like a pussy and people make you feel like you're not alone in a situation, for me personally, it starts to make me feel a lot better. And when Virginia said, dude, it is normal to not feel comfortable behind a car right now.
I was in a bullshit accident a few years ago. Bullshit. Barely a fender bender. And I was all freaked out afterwards. You were on I-95 traveling at a high rate of speed, and you went off the road and into the brush, and you didn't know if you were going to survive. And that's a lot.
It was a good 10-second hydroplane of just, holy shit. Well, goodbye, Kevin. Goodbye, Virginia. Goodbye, Denny. Goodbye, Mike. You had enough time to think.
Anything at that fast rate of speed is going to rock your socks.
Yeah, and then the person talking to me, kind of like that email said, it's very common and it's very normal, especially even a month after a bad car accident, for it to kind of give you a little bit of the yips. And just by her telling me that and giving me some breathing exercises, and also saying, look, I used to treat people who were the biggest, strongest football players, and they would get into a car accident. They couldn't drive for a while. It's okay. You're not alone.
Amen.
And sometimes that's all you need to hear. And that right there, it really did. And having other people say the same thing to me through emails, I say thank you to KVJ Nation, and I drove yesterday, and I felt relaxed.
Okay.
So,
okay.
I didn't go on any I-95, but they said start off slow, don't beat yourself up, and just take it. And
be a backroads Betty.
Yeah, and
you don't need to go on 95 yet.
And they go, it's very normal for what you're going through.
Yep. Well, I got a question from a couple people like Kathy and Royal Palm. Why isn't Jaybird giving us the thought of the day at the end of the show any longer? It's right now. We always try new things. There's 3-point reasons on it. The one point is that corporate wants us to make more money on our podcast numbers, and they want bigger podcast numbers. So we had to make some adjustments there. Like you're not seeing the Spotify videos anymore. So that was part of the adjustment that we needed to make out of the strategy. It's the way they monetize it, and I won't give you the boring details on that kind of stuff, but we're trying to do little techniques to drive it up. It always was rushed, too, because the other problem that you may not realize, but I have to squeeze in every single commercial before we hit 10 a.m. If I do not, then they don't pay. And so I get a lot of hell if we go over, because they're like, going, you know how much money we had to write off in business? And so a lot of it's me costing us money. We're rushing the thought for the day in that moment, in that segment. And so that was another reason for it. I like it, and I thought about maybe a different part of the show or moving it to video or doing something like that. But, we're trying to promote the after the show a little bit to drive up those numbers, trying to squeeze in all the commercials, and also trying to do it with some justice. But, yeah, I think, maybe trying it on social media would be great because I think it is awesome and people do love it.
So the thought of the day is, Bird, you just got fired from that thought of the day gig on the air.
You got moved. Yeah.
No, I could.
The bosses intervened.
I could do it on video from my dinosaur garden.
Yeah.
Something peaceful or something.
I think it'd be a really a great thing to have. People do definitely love it. I think it's just unfortunately that is a part that was getting very crowded and it was becoming problematic for all those reasons. But yeah, it should definitely be a part of the show. So if you guys have suggestions on how and where you would like it, I think that it should definitely live on.
I was thinking about doing it in my dinosaur garden with like a little intro and, nothing too long and quick.
Peaceful.
Yeah.
It is. Yeah. I think that would be fantastic. It'd be good. And it also gives us content where we need it as well that we're also struggling to get with all the content we got to create. That's one of the things that's tough is to have a daily steady flow of social media videos as well. So it would definitely give us something there. So that's what we're doing. And again, we try and, do different things. Typically, there's a reason behind why we're doing it. And so that's why we've made the adjustments that we have. It's a great feature. It just got into a very crowded part of the show.
It's a great feature, but it's really not that great.
Well, when a boss tells you to do something, you kind of have to do it.
Yeah. It was. And look, there were some things in that discussion where I was like, I don't know how I feel about this, but, when it comes to money, unfortunately, money seems to still win.
It always does.
That's a good thought of the day. When it comes to money, it's always going to win.
Actually kind of been a theme today.
It is.
Marijuana drinks or thoughts of the day. And money typically wins. Kimmy said maybe you do it on the after the show. Yeah, that's true. We don't have any kind of time constraints here. So that might be a place to put it as well. That is a good thought. So, yeah, I think maybe we got two options, either a special video or do the after the show.
Maybe we could mix it up. I'll do whatever y'all want.
Yeah. Or you could even, I don't know if it'd work, but maybe a thought for the day starts the show and gets you rolling. Be like, all right, lead us off. But yeah, it almost feels like a closer.
Because that could go pretty bad for me as well, but in a good way. Because I could just feel, that's what you're starting with. That's your thought of the day.
Yeah, that
could be good too.
That could be good.
Sometimes when they suck, they're kind of fun.
Well, this show's going to suck. I'll let the people give us their thoughts on where they would like to see it. You got beginning of the show, ATS, or a video on social, where we put that thing.
Because I do have a little DI right now, dinosaur insecurity. Some of my dinosaurs are looking a little tired from this Florida sun. The video is... I saw the one you were talking about. Like, it looks good, and it did look good. But, man, that Florida sun just takes away any kind of paint. And I was wondering, how hard would it be to paint some of them small dinosaurs? Is that something I want to even try to sniff? Because I don't want to get rid of them, but they're looking a little crusty.
I think you could repaint them, absolutely.
Yeah, but now I don't know if I can paint well.
It is brutal. I mean, I was at FAU Stadium the other day. I was looking, what is that? That stadium's probably 15 years old, maybe, coming up on 20.
Okay.
Some of those blue seats are faded in a big way. And I was like, wow.
The sun is big.
Yeah,
It
like
is.
the plastic ones. I'm like, I wonder when they're going to replace those.
It will beat stuff up.
I was surprised how long my 9.5-foot werewolf stayed pretty good. And then all of a sudden it turned into me. It looked just like a white, gray-haired fuck.
Right.
Falling apart. But now he's got a new life.
He does. That's the werewolf. The 9.5-foot werewolf is the werewolf that will not die.
That's good.
I turned him into a werewolf bar.
Well, if he embodies you, that's good to hear.
I kind of want to try to, anytime you get a drink there, you hear a howl. Awesome.
Okay. Got to tell you, the ATS has run away with the place for the thought of the day. So
okay,
wrap it up here. So They really love when Jaybird's not prepared, so they said try to surprise him each day.
You never know when Kevin's going to ask for it.
Yeah. Can we start this tomorrow, please? Because I ain't got shit
All right,
prepared.
yes. Starting tomorrow.
I got
the thought of the day.
I was thinking I was doing the dinosaur garden.
Yeah,
No,
and we'll try to make sure we talk about something that really gets all of Jaybird's full attention so he completely forgets about the thought of the day, and then I'll drop it right on him.
The thought of the day.
Quickly.
The thought of the day is I'm confused, y'all.
And Jeremy said, I heard Denny's cat brought him a mouse home as a present. I had a cat named Frankie, and we lived in a complex with a lake in the back, and his cat brought me a fish one day.
Oh, my gosh. That's amazing.
So I don't know if we got into it. Is that them showing off, trying to tell you I'm earning my keep with the family? Is that what the animals are doing?
People left that comment. I am not huge on cat psychology, but I've heard that before, that sometimes to them they're proud and they love you and
It's
they're
a
showing
gift.
Yes, to them it is a great gift, and so you have to always look and quantify it. They'd be like, their heart's in the right place, and that's quite a statement from a cat.
Or are they just murderers that want to fuck with you while you're sleeping?
Maybe both.
I don't know what's going on.
Be like, you see what I did to this mouse? Oh, I could do the same thing to you, bitch.
If only I was
meow.
a little bigger or you were a little smaller, I would turn these tables.
I always thought if the birds and the cats worked together and tried to turn on humans, I think we got a problem. Y'all.
That would be pretty intense. If the birds and the cats all came for us,
But they'd have to play. They'd have to be on the same team together.
they would have to strategize.
They can't turn on
and work together.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think they can.
I don't think they can either.
Yep. This is very interesting. We were talking about professions, what they made 100 years ago, and part of that comment was some of these jobs, and it was exponentially what they made them, but even adjusted for inflation, there were many professions. Airline pilot, I remember, was one, and several others. Like, gosh, they're making a lot less money today than they did. They were better careers 100 years ago than they are now. And we said, but the one that's completely, radically different, professional athletics. And in fact, to drive home the point, Melissa said here, yeah, this is my husband's grandfather's contract when he signed with the Boston Red Sox right out of high school. He was making $300 a month.
Wow.
Yeah.
For his salary. That was in 1922.
Wow.
That's what you got paid to play for the Boston Red Sox, was $300 a month.
That sounds like that was minor league as well. Not even the actual Red Sox. That sounds like it was the organization.
Yeah, it says the Boston American League Baseball Club. Back then in 1922, I don't know how extensive their minor league system would have been.
That's a good point.
It says American League Players Contract on the top.
Okay, then that would be that would be a MLB then.
Yeah, because I know that is true today. That is the weird thing, that minor league players, they don't really make scratch.
It is bizarre. We're talking they have to get a job. And so you're playing baseball at night or in the daytime, and then you're going and getting your ass to work. It's not just you're an athlete.
Dang.
I'm not sure how much of it's like that anymore, because I feel like athletes are getting paid a lot of money.
That's a young man's game.
But I don't think it's still even in the minors. I think that it's still relatively low. Some, depending upon where you are, $25,000 to $35,000, $40,000, somewhere around there maybe.
Well, I was listening to a guy, and this guy was a great baseball player in his time, and his name's Eric Davis, and he played for the Reds.
Absolutely.
And he's talking about his first major league contract, and it was low. Like, it was under $100,000.
Wow, didn't it?
Yeah, that guy was a great player.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's a name that's stuck around. Well, if you do love the Red Sox, like her grandpa did, they're in town, actually, ironically, taking on the Marlins at Lone Depot Park today.
You know what that means? Good news for the Red Sox.
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. We'll see. I am defending the Marlins. They're a just over 500 team, and they're doing okay.
Okay, I mean, that's fair, because I haven't been following along the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
so they're not shitting the bed as bad.
I give them a lot of hell when they are bad, and that's a lot of the time. But yeah, right now they're doing okay. Yeah, I think they're in like third place and maybe 2 games over 500. That's the last time I checked on them. So kind of keeping an eye on them. I don't think they're going to do much in the playoffs, but hey, if you get a team that's a little bit around 500 in Miami, that's pretty good for them. Another thing that's going on today, which is just kind of a whimper, the Miss Teen USA pageant. I think is today at the Adrian Arch Center in Miami. And I just saw this week that they lost their main TV gig. They're like going to be on the CW or something like that, televised, and they pulled it.
Some people started having issues with those things.
Yeah.
But then other people defended it.
And
so
I don't know
it's
what,
one of those hot take ones.
I think it's like only shown online now. I was like, how depressing is that? Today? Yeah, it was the CW withdrew its broadcast of the Miss USA and Miss Teen pageants. Yeah, you got the Miss Teen USA pageant today, and the Miss USA final is tomorrow.
That's one of those topics where people, blah 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 blah. It's a fighting topic.
Everybody's got an opinion.
It wasn't televised last year due to ownership changes, and it's going to stream on the Queen Beauty Network. That's kind of sad, isn't it?
It is sad.
I mean, because I remember that was such a big deal back in the day.
Oh, back in the day, yeah. Like, I remember as a kid, 70s and 80s, yeah, those pageants were huge. They were nationally televised, and people would actually talk about them.
We also smoked in the car with kids back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, good point. And something else to check out. This is going to be on HGTV. It's kicking off today. It's called Totally 90s House. It is a 6-episode renovation competition hosted by Jaleel White. Did I do that?
Or Virginia Drunk.
Yes. It's going to be on at 9 o'clock. It's going to stream the next day on Max. It says 2 teams of 1990s television stars search the U.S. for homes frozen in the 1990s, featuring honey oak cabinets, sponge-painted walls, and heavy carpets, and they renovate them into modern masterpieces while preserving nostalgic charm. The winning team gets a whole $25,000 donation to their team's chosen charity. You got Brian Austin Green, Beverly Mitchell, and Jody on Team 1. Team 2 is Melissa Joan Hart, Keisha Knight Polium, Matthew Lawrence, and Joey Lawrence on Team 2.
Whoa!
Are you excited, Virginia?
No.
You know, it depends on how it's done. Remember the Surreal Life on VH1? I felt like at times shit would get spicy and people would turn on each other. Even like on Celebrity Apprentice, people would get, the celebrities would get mad at one another. This sounds like everyone's going to get along.
This is a home makeover show.
Yeah.
It's a little different.
And it might be forced. It could be good, but it's going to depend on how they execute it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It also could be very cheese dick.
Could be. Yeah. Well, we'll see. Are you going to be checking out Totally 90s House, Bird?
I will. I'll check it out.
Okay. Bird's going to do the work for us.
Good. Let us know how it goes.
Yeah. It's good to know somebody
I don't
will.
got the time for that.
I'm still working on that little House of the Prairie project. Remember we were talking about that? No?
What are you doing with that? You were going to watch that, right?
Yeah, I haven't even got to that yet.
I had not heard anyone. I totally forgot that was on. I had not heard one word about that.
Yeah, there's some things we do talk shit about, and no one ever fights us back with. Like, yeah, it kind of did not sound great either.
Yeah. Well, Virginia can't really watch anything right now because she's just so into that Lindsay Clancy trial that's going on. And sounds like it goes to the jury probably by Friday, maybe this time next week. We'll have a verdict that is in.
Maybe, yeah.
And Virginia's still holding to her old thoughts on this about maybe the husband did it. And I said, okay, how many people are with Virginia? And I said, what do you think the outcome of the Lindsay Clancy trial is going to be? Do you think she's going to be found guilty and responsible, found guilty and not responsible, where they're saying they blame the psychosis on that, or not guilty because Patrick did it? 9% of people agree with Virginia.
9%?
9%.
I guarantee 9. There's a percentage in there that's just trolling, just to throw the
numbers off because it was at 0. And they're like, what the hell? Let's say Patrick did it. The overwhelming thought, found guilty and responsible. So they're thinking premeditated. She knew what she was doing. No excuse. You're going to the legit prison, not some cushy mental hospital for the rest of your life. So there you go. 32% think that she's guilty and not responsible.
What are you going to think if everyone does? That's what happened. She's guilty, found responsible. Are you still going to think he did it?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'll double down.
He changes shoes.
It's about way more than just the shoes, but yes.
Well, one person, and maybe they're backing up your theory, they text in, they said, in the movie The Lion King, Scar manipulated Simba into believing he was responsible for his father's death, and Simba carried that guilt because he trusted Scar's version of what happened. that hit me like a ton of bricks with the Lindsay Clancy trial.
Dan, they brought the Lion King theory involved.
That's their justification, yeah.
They just scarred our ass.
Well, the expert that you talked about earlier, he actually got on the stand yesterday and said that Lindsay, when she came out of the coma, did not remember what happened to her kids. She was told what happened to her kids, and she was told she did it, and then she said, I did it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
That's not a memory. That's not her doing recall.
Yeah.
That's her being told by Scar, Patrick Clancy, that she did it.
We just dropped 8%.
There's no way it's that high. It can't be that high, Kevin. I can't, because me and Kevin are getting shit about this.
Good.
I know, she don't even care either, Kevin.
No, she doesn't. She's going to keep it going. There's nothing. That's what I realized. There's nothing you can say. No way you can dissuade her. No way you can get her off this path.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I know. No, we've surrendered.
Okay. And somebody said, okay, Kev, but that's not the same as asking who thinks he did it. Okay. Did I not ask it correctly, I think is what they're saying.
Yeah, you're a man. I'm not surprised.
Okay.
Yeah, Scar Ralston.
Scar Ralston.
They got Lion King theories on this shit.
I need a big scar going down my face.
I think it would be cool.
Scar Ralston.
They've done that before as an effect, in movies. I remember there was a soap opera and they had Patch, and he had a big old scar with the eye patch, and I'm like, it really puts a lot of effect. It says immediate badass. It's credibility.
Well, as a little kid, I thought Patch was a badass just because he had a patch. Then you throw a scar on there, I'm like...
They got Kayla.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Patch and Kayla, big love.
I don't know, but usually Scar says bad guy, and you're not a bad guy.
No, sometimes Scar... Like, if you have a scar... Wait, are you talking about the character or an actual scar?
Like a big giant scar sometimes says you're the bad guy.
Yeah, if you're trying to make me bad guy.
Yeah.
That's it.
I don't think you're the bad guy. I just think you're wrong about the Lindsay Clancy trial.
Okay.
No, he thinks you're the bad guy.
Well, I don't know if people were trolling or what, but I said, do you think Patrick did it? That feels like a pretty clear question, right? It's about 50-50. I don't know if people were trolling.
Look, I would ask for you only to do this.
Oh, boy.
Open up the DMs.
I hate when she does it. She's like, ask you to do this.
Look, I sent you.
I knew you were going to ask me that.
87 DMs. Open up a quarter of them and really listen to them and ask yourself, is there reasonable doubt? That's all I would ask of you.
Okay. Caitlin, I got to cancel our plans today. I got to spend 8 hours looking at these videos.
It's a lot.
I do have my daughter in here, by the way. She's back in town.
Hey, Caitlin.
So great to see her. My goodness, she's been gone almost the entire summer. And we finally got her back for a couple days. You take off, I believe, tomorrow, right? You got to go again? Friday, okay.
Do you care if we give your dad a big scar?
It's not a real scar. It's just
tattoo.
Like makeup.
Yeah.
Okay.
How do you think I'd look with a scar? Would I be more intimidating? No. Just
You don't like it.
Sale, yeah.
it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. That's
She's like,
cool.
don't mess up his pretty skin.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, you're all over the place. So what was a favorite place you went this summer, if you had to say?
My favorite place, probably Italy.
Italy.
Yeah.
Man, a lot of people love them some Italy, man.
I've got some serious envy. Virginia been there, and your Uncle Jerry was there. Actually, when Caitlin was there, they were kind of communicating over
I
there.
know. Y'all were close by.
So close.
Yeah.
Virginia went to Italy?
Yeah, you didn't hear her tell us that 80,000 times?
I'm a better Italian than you.
That damn.
Oh, jeez.
That cuts like a scar.
Yeah. Oh, boy. People are asking you about it. Are you even following the Lindsay Clancy? Do you know what that story's
No,
about?
I haven't really followed it.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's pretty heavy, and
It's really heavy.
I'm glad we're all talking about postpartum because I think that's very important. But also, I wish I wasn't in it so deep because I go to bed, I'm thinking about it. I wake up, I'm thinking about it. I can't stop thinking about it.
Kaylee, what do you think of my advice to Virginia? And I was giving her more of a friend advice and not coworker. I said, you need to unplug from this girl. What do you think about that?
I can't, Caitlin. The verdict comes down, and then I can let it go.
Yeah. Well, you're too far in now.
I'm too far
Yeah.
in.
I haven't
She
even
is.
dabbled. I don't want to
good.
watch things that are like sad.
It's very sad.
I'm with Caitlin, and then I'll get a fact wrong about a sad case, and I've got it never works out good, Caitlin.
I agree.
Yeah, you're smart. Stay with the fun things in life.
Yes, that's great advice for pretty much everybody out there.
Really is. So I tell you to do today. Stick with the fun things in life.
Kevin got the thought of the day.
He did.
Damn! Oh, jeez.
Scar took your thought.
Oh, gosh.
Scar Ralston.
Well, tomorrow we hand it over to Jaber. He will pick it back up. So that is returning at a different time and place. We'll see you back there then. And management and our company would like me to tell you to please listen, subscribe, and share our podcast as much as you can.
We need your help.
Yes, please spread the love so that they stop sending me emails. All right, y'all have a good one. Goodbye.